anybody got any fucking brains at all, if anybody's got any fucking idea of watching a baseball game, if anybody's got any idea of following the fucking ball club, if they can't see that this fucking team is busting their fucking ass, look at this fucking kid and ask him how to fucking feel. He'll tell you how to fucking feel about whether we want to fucking win or not. Ask him how he feels.
Hey, how's it working with Andy? What's not to like? Do you like the 5 minutes, I'll see you in a second, or can't figure out how to get the headset? What's your favorite part of talking to him?
That's all just preamble.
Until the meat of the schmoopy speep?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Are you drinking? No. I have not alcohol. I have iced coffee. God almighty. How did I ever get a podcast? Seriously. How did I get a podcast? How did I get anybody to do a podcast with me?
You had someone take the entrance exam for you, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm Johnny on the spot. With all the stuff people want to hear. It's Monday night, huh? New week, huh, buddy boy? Happy New Year. I'll try better now. Happy New Year.
Yeah, to you too.
Wait a second. Did I speak to you since the new year? Yeah, it's not even a new day. It's not even a new thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for humoring me, though. I like that. When I said Happy New Year, you pretended you didn't hear it before.
Well, it's still polite to answer back.
Did you enjoy the sports weekend? I did. I'm psyched about the Jets. They really, really wrapped it up good.
Yeah.
You know what the Jets said? Where you can't tell us not to win 2 stupid games.
Did they win the last one? Did they win yesterday?
No, they lost yesterday. That would have been because winning would have been something positive.
So
I could have felt good about.
Did the Jaguars go completely defeated?
The Jaguars. Oh no, they won 1 game.
Okay. So who gets the first pick?
No, the Jets won 2 games.
Oh, they won 2. Okay.
Yeah, can you? But if it had been tied, they would have got. If they had the same horrible record, then Jacksonville would have gotten the call over them.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing that people were talking about? They're accusing somebody of throwing the. Who are they accusing of throwing the game?
I don't know.
Philadelphia, I think.
Oh
yeah. To deprive the Giants of backing in with a 6-10 record or whatever. But I don't know. And you're not, this isn't exactly Mike and Mike, right?
No, it's Mike and Ike, maybe.
Do you ever listen to Mike and Mike?
No.
No, they are though, maybe, right?
I do.
Yeah. Did you ever get into any sports radio? I used to listen to The Fan for a brief period of time before Twitter and all those things. I briefly liked that one guy. So I was like, that guy.
No, it's like,
Christopher Russo, yeah.
Yeah. I rarely am, needing a dose of toxic masculinity.
Well, I'm going to cop to, as you used that expression many years ago and I still like using it. I'm going to cop to that. I used to call into talk radio. I used to like ABC. See, I didn't like it, but I did think I liked it at the time.
Yeah.
Like, and so that's probably hastened.
What topics were you weighing in on?
I only called in once.
Okay.
I called in once over the weekend about, I was wondering about what's up with this first Gulf War? That wasn't my pitch, but I didn't trust George Bush Sr. It sounds like.
And you called into sports radio about that?
Oh, I've conflated 2 stories. I never called into sports radio.
Okay.
Never. I mean, that one would be, first of all, you have to be something like, I'm the Schnepper. I'm Pete from Pomona. You have to have an angle. You have to call every 3 seconds and then you have to give a take.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Jim, Rome. Yeah. I don't think, not since Roman Gabriel. See right there. Not since Roman Gabriel.
Yes.
I called in KABC for a political show. I used to listen to KABC a lot when it first came out, and I'm not proud of any of it.
It's okay. You don't have to defend it. I just,
why am I ashamed?
You just took
That's
me
the
on a
thing.
journey through radio that, wasn't very coherent, I guess.
Okay. I'll give you here's my history of LA radio, and you may have some of familiarity or none. When I first came out, it was the Ken and Bob Company on KFI, right? Then there was a guy named Michael Jackson. Who? He had a British accent. Oh, Michael Jackson. I just want to say, whatever that sound is not dissuading me from continuing the story.
Clearly, it's not.
But there used to be a guy named Ira Fistel who I actually kind of liked his politics, but then he's the one who was bragging. Josh, I'm having a heart attack. Josh, Allison's here. She's taking something. A walk for a change. All right, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Now I'm going to go the other way with it.
Way to say
Mean
that.
guy.
Way to pull it out.
That's what I told you. My acting teacher used to say, you're going to fight or fuck, fight or fuck, fight or fuck. That was the two emotions he'd be going
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be, either you're going to love my stories about but here's what I want to know from you. You listened to no radio at all in LA, talk radio when you came out.
I have, yes. We started with sports, though, is what you started with.
Shut up with that. What are you, a defending attorney? What are you, a prosecutor? Mr. Kindler, just answer the question. Was the conversation not about sports radio? Okay.
Yeah.
No further questions.
But yes, I've heard Michael Jackson. I've heard all the people you talked about that weren't sports people.
Okay, so I'll do my Michael Jackson impression. Michael Jackson. Because Gladstone's has the kind of fish that you want on the weekend and the kind of fish that you want in the week. Andy and Bill used to do material about Michael Jackson in our old act.
Yeah. Was it funny? Was there any sort
Was that funny? Was that funny?
Was there a name homonym joke in there somehow with the other Michael Jackson?
Was anything? No. Was anything I just said indicative of anything other than I could do a bad English accent?
Well, right away, instead of making me laugh, it made me think, well, what's a weekend fish?
But then there was this Dr. Tony Grant. She was a psychologist.
Yeah.
She predated Dr. Laura. You're talking with Dr. Tony Grant. Now, does that ring a bell?
Yeah, but I didn't listen to those. I did listen to I watched the creepy late night show that the
Viscott, right?
Yeah, Dr. David Viscott had. That was good. That was good TV.
You have to admit that was kind of his I don't know if you call it smarmy, but his whole, it really kind of hit the sweet spot. Not like not as good as Wally George.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But he was so obnoxious.
Yeah, it was smug advice.
He also used to, towards the end of his life, David Viscott would go into this, he would pretend to be the Indian Baba voice. You go, well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you about that problem. You see, I can't even do the voice. His voice.
It's probably for the best.
For the best. But the I did get into the sport, and I just hated Jim Rome. So cause I just hated to listen to him. So I don't know why couldn't I have learned the lesson earlier in my life that these things are horrible to listen to? They're a waste of time. Yeah. And they're just going to make you angry.
Because you were driving somewhere and your tape deck didn't work.
That's right. I was driving somewhere. That's right. I forgot. Oh yeah. I was forced in a certain level.
Right. I never sat at home and listened to talk radio.
No, you're right. I just realized now that I was always driving because I lived in Hermosa Beach and I had to drive 45 minutes to go to a commercial audition.
Yeah.
What an idiot. It's not working. My therapist's idea that I look at my life with compassion and empathy.
Yeah.
It's not working.
No. Oh.
I feel like an idiot. Why did you still live in Hermosa Beach? Well, I thought it was so beautiful down there. What, are you a beach guy? Well, I thought I do like the beach. Yeah, but are you a beach guy? What do you mean, am I a beach guy? Do you go surfing? No. Do you go swimming in the ocean?
Do you go to the beach?
No. Do you play volleyball? No.
Do you does your apartment face the ocean?
No. But I smoke pot. I'll often will go to smoke a joint by the Strand.
Ah.
It's funny to think of my life when it was not as happening as it is now. You know what I mean?
Right. Now it's the LA River you have to go smoke by.
The LA River. Oh, yeah. I still like that walk. That's a lovely walk over there for anybody who wants to.
Sound old?
Yeah. Forget I said anything.
All right.
But I didn't know there was even a part of the LA River that was even that even had like little paths.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was cement.
Well, the paths are cement.
I mean, I didn't know anything about it until I saw Chinatown. Then I understood the whole thing completely.
Right.
I think I do get Chinatown now. Maybe.
Well, that's good.
But do they ever go into exactly how they? Well, then I don't get it because I'm sure they explained how they rigged the whole thing with the water.
I have no answer, but forget it.
So please say, say your foot
No,
hurts.
there's only one answer, and that's forget it, Andy. It's Chinatown.
How come I couldn't create some space for that? It's Chinatown, Andy. But I don't understand the plot. I'm telling you,
Andy,
it's
forget
Chinatown.
it.
What do you mean forget it? It's a movie that's a popular movie. Many people have seen it. I don't know what it's about. Well, what am I supposed to forget about it? It's Chinatown. Chinatown, Andy. No, you're just saying one of the lines from the movie as a way to mollify me. I like that word mollify.
Yeah, in fact, had you not gotten to mollify, the whole thing would have been worthless.
That's not bad. That is not bad for a man who thinks that he's secretly stupid because his father knew Latin and Greek and knew there was no God. It's not bad.
In 3 languages.
Yes. 9.
No Deus Deus.
I never could get a laugh out of the line that went on Air Canada. They will decline giving you a pillow in 2 languages. You think it's just a topic? Just topic's boring.
No, I mean, I think you just picked the wrong thing.
Oh, go. You want to fix it for me?
Yeah, because no airline will decline a pillow.
Wasn't there a time period where they weren't giving you a pillow? There was a time period where there weren't pillows in the plane. I think it was after 9. What?
Well, no. I mean, if you asked for a pillow, come on.
Maybe it's me. Maybe
that's the flaw in the joke.
I will bet you that there was a time period where nobody could you had to bring your own. You probably always had your own thing. Your inflatable deal.
I never have once.
When you go to the airport, do you see yourself as you like George Clooney in Up in the Air? That's how you are. Get out of my way. Let me go to aisle 4. You've
been to airports with me.
Yeah, it
was
chill.
Mostly me rolling my eyes at you and Susan.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. That's your other character, the guy who suffers fools gladly.
I wouldn't say fools. I would say massive encumbrances.
What? Wait, what? Josh, I can't find a show now that doesn't say, wait, what? 4, 5, 6 times. Wait, what has replaced dialogue?
Yeah.
Wait, what? How's that possible? Oh, also, who does this is also.
Yeah.
Who does this?
Or who does that?
It's terrible. Who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that? I don't know who does it, but I'm sick and tired of the fact that you would repeat it. And I think it makes you an inferior human being. This is what I want to say to people. Hey, you know how you just said not a couple of seconds ago? You can't say that.
You know how, Andy, you know how you say the same thing about every new phrase? Isn't that ironic?
Wait, what? I actually stumbled into a wait what there. Wait.
There is a whole new batch of your favorite commercials out now.
Oh, I saw a little bit of it. The first one didn't get me yet. Yeah. What'd you think? What do you think?
They all have little moments.
It's hard to replace. The first one will be enough to get me till I'm dead.
Yeah.
A little lady, and I only say that because I'm little, She comes in with a huge phone. I think I'm going to have a large lunch and just have I mean, come on. He's looking around. He's doing that shtick. It's golden. You know, I wrote to the advertising agency to see if they would send me the schematic on the thing.
The schematic.
I thought, what is the script? What do they have? The script. If they would send me the whole, they told me I could come down during a shoot. Well, I don't expect the new batch to be as good, but it will never make me not love the old batch. Just like I'll never not stop hating the Burbank firm. But that's a different thing. I love the other thing. The Burbank firm, I'm astounded. Just astounded that you could film something like that and that the film or the medium wouldn't object in some way.
All I can say is, aren't you sweet?
So here's the thing. She married her grandfather. Is that what happened? Because he was an apple. Was he an apple magnate?
He was.
Josh, I laughed with such delight at saying apple magnate. I had to back off the microphone because I was so impressed.
Yeah.
I say apple magnate. That makes up for the 15-minute delay at the beginning and then the 35-minute problem getting the stupid thing that you keep saying. It's this way with the one thing. Here's what I know. It's one thing with the thing and the other thing with the other thing. That's all I know. And that doesn't help me.
No.
No, say. Oh, I gotta tell you something. We saw, and I don't know if you've seen this, Susan and I saw a show called NCI. I think the last letter is S.
Yeah.
It was NCIS New Orleans.
Yeah.
It might have been the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's so, because it's like, who buys that? Who buys it? The sexy lady who's tough on the outside. And then they got a guy from like this. He goes, I'm from New Orleans. I'm from New Orleans. And I think I can crack give me a little New Orleans accent. Because one of the guys is like that.
I'm from New Orleans and I'm here to crack the case wide open.
All right. Now, do you understand this is a case about it's a very spicy case.
Right down in these parts, we know how to solve a spicy case, ma'am.
Now, Granger. I'm calling you Granger.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think?
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
How long do you think the étouffée was in the victim's stomach? Can you tell?
Well, yeah. We're using the C19 étouffée data. We can see that it was just over 2 hours that it was digested.
Is that from the étouffée data? I'm assuming you haven't seen the show. It's got Scott Bakula, who I enjoy, but he looks like he's mailing. He looks like he can't act. Yeah. He's a good actor, I think.
He's taking a quantum leap backwards.
I am not against him because I like him a lot. I liked him in Men of a Certain Age. I like that show.
Yeah.
But this is so bad. And it's literally like a sketch, like a bad sketch, except it's boring. So you wouldn't make a sketch out of it.
Yeah. There's a lot of those shows that, really just suck.
But they suck worse than I thought. Like I thought, I'm not going to watch CSI or
no, it's
like I'll watch.
No, it's like, it feels like USA shows used to feel.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And of course, does it help if I knew more about the NCIS? Would I like it better?
I don't know. They're counting on people who do, apparently, though.
Well, the first guy I have never understood. I think he's handsome, but I have no opinion about him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Matt Harmon or whatever his name is.
Mark Harmon?
His father was Tom Harmon, I believe.
Okay.
He was a famous coach.
Yeah.
Why is it that I think you have a general knowledge of sports, and then it's all of a sudden you're like Kinnear. You're like Greg Kinnear all of a sudden.
Ooh,
Tom Harmon was a famous
Oof.
person. Ouch. You okay, buddy? I went a little hard on you.
And Mark Harmon played for UCLA or USC, right?
Yeah. But his father was a famous coach too.
I hear that. over and
Why
over.
can't I talk?
I've heard
I can't
that
even have
over
a
and
conversation anymore. Call somebody. I can't have a conversation anymore. I don't know if I need a concierge, GP.
Do I need to actually score a fact if you say it?
I don't know what I'm looking for. There's no way to help. There's no way to make me happy. I thought the podcast would do it.
Fact, Kindler.
Someone who told me this, they can't get enough. A couple of people on Cameo have told me they can't get enough of the fake news. Fake news. They walk around their property saying fake news.
Fake news.
It's fake news. And I mean, if you don't say it for a day or so, you can't help but get back into it.
Right.
It was a fake news. I mean, Josh,
Yeah.
you know that they found a rope in Bubba's, his stall. And
Fake news.
that's the only correct use of that term, I believe.
It is.
Even though the spelling's different.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, God, I'm having fun, unfortunately. Oh, my God, I thought we were like into extra time.
No.
But no, it was late man Crothers.
That's right. Late brothers. How, was there anything wrong that made you late or do you just needed more time?
At 10 to 9, I was making a cheese plate for me and the wife, and I just, miscalculated by about 15 minutes.
Isn't that an old Cole Porter tune?
I really enjoy how much delight you took in saying
I am putting out the Roquefort, hey, making up a cheese plate for me and my gal.
For me and my charcuterie. My charcuterie. Oh, you're my little charcuterie. Why am I so astounded by puns? Josh, we're going to win tomorrow. I think we might.
Who's we?
The two Senate seats. I won't do my usual shtick that makes everybody angry with the landslide. It's going to be a Fleetwood Mac day because when the landslides brings you down.
You know, my favorite Saturday morning character, Landslide Link, Secret Chimp.
I really don't know. I think there's a character named Lancelot J. Is a monkey character?
Yes.
This is a generational problem, right?
No, I was more your generation than mine.
It does sound like something I should have seen. Was it Dopey
Lancelot
Gillis?
Link, Secret Chimp.
Oh, I never saw
And
that.
he
Was it
talked
a
like
live
this,
action?
sweetheart.
It was bad, right?
Yes.
Was it bad, campy, or just bad?
It was bad campy because it was chimps.
Wait, live chimps?
It was live chimps.
Chimp cartoons.
No, it was live
cartoons.
It was live
Get
chimps.
out of here, live chimps.
It was live goddamn chimps.
What are they doing?
Will you just goddamn listen to me? It's goddamn live chimps.
Yeah, but are there also male actors acting off of them?
No, it's all chimps.
Well, whose talks?
It's chimp sync.
So then, is there someone doing the voiceovers? Hey!
Yeah, but they
Get your face.
I think they do them in post.
And do they do a lot of this?
No, surprisingly little.
Who makes these shows? Now they tell me that Hanna-Barbera's backgrounds were repetitive. I didn't know that as a kid.
I thought the Flintstones had 7 couches.
But I didn't realize there's an actual, it's not just that it repeats. That's part of the process. They discovered the repeating background. That was one of their innovations.
Yeah.
Hanna-Barbera of when the cheapening. They had two, one was to take ideas that were already existing. Wasn't that one of their main things?
What do you mean? Like adapting sitcom characters?
Yeah, like Jackie. They almost got sued by Jackie. Wait, are they the Flintstones?
Yes.
I think so. Josh.
Yes,
this is what it's come to.
Yes.
This is what it's come to.
Fact.
I'm 64. 64 years old. I'm making a note of it like I'm scoring a baseball game.
Yeah.
That's how important it became to me.
Fact. Kindler.
Fact.
I watched the new season of Cobra Kai over the weekend. Keeping up.
Okay, now you have told me this before, right? What is it?
It's the continuation 35 years later of the Karate Kid saga.
That's where I heard of it. Yeah. And how was it?
It's fun. I can't quite say it's good because it's not quite good, but it's genuinely fun. There's some moments of just terrible writing, and then there's some moments of like really surprisingly good writing. So,
and it's that one guy is in it, and other people from that movie.
Yeah, I mean it's sort of a multi-generational story now, but it's
look, I can only keep the
fun.
fact that
It's worth watching, I think.
I'll check that out, but I'm not going to watch the Saved by the Bell reunion.
No, although Robert Lloyd, my friend, LA Times writer guy, says it's really good.
Let me finish. Sometimes when you go back to something and you do it again, you come up with stuff. Well, now I don't know what to think. I really don't.
Yeah.
It was a craze I missed the first time through. Now, is Saved by the Bell?
Well, and this was, I think he was saying this was good independent, aside from whatever you thought of the first one.
Oh, no, I got what you were saying. It was like, wouldn't you say the Brady Bunch thing was supposed to be like, that made the Brady Bunch funnier? Cause I could never watch the Brady Bunch, and that was not a good show. You could only watch that show or do something about it ironically, right?
Right.
Don't say that, Josh. When you talk that way to me, it sounds like you're going, yes, old Jew, die, old Jew.
What I meant to say was, fact, Kindler.
You know what would be great? And I really do hope this. I hope that you've taken some insurance out on me, because that's what they do if you want to kill somebody. You can't kill somebody in the real world unless you take insurance out, wait right before the murderer to do it, and then you leave the paperwork around the house.
No, actually, for you, I had to take out a reassurance policy.
Can you reassure me that death will not be?
That's a Kindler joke almost. I have such low self-esteem, I needed to take out a reassurance policy.
But it's so good that shouldn't you keep it? Because I've already taken it.
Well, I'm either going to tweet it or give it to you.
Do you want to tweet it first?
Sure, if you don't mind taking my sloppy seconds.
Oh, do you have to say it that way? Why do they have to be so sloppy? The only way you can make money is by selling insurance, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
But those jobs come at a premium.
I like it. Hey, Capital One, do you have a bank that doesn't do any banking? Maybe it just has coffee. All right. Oh, Josh, I love you.
Instead of tellers, we have cashistas.
Yeah, I really think people get too excited about that you could order, maybe before COVID, that you can just order from the electronic menu. All those places on Sawtell were made to embarrass a man like me, an old doddering man who's like, oh, no, you can't order from me, sir. Order from the machine. It will come up electronically.
They figured that you've been to enough airports.
But the panic when I have to do something, I'm afraid someone behind me is looking at me.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of aging, Josh. Close to death.
Yeah.
I'm not. Because age is just a number, they say.
Right.
And then at some point, the number starts to become associated with death.
Right. Yeah, that's all. I mean, it's just a number that is a good measurement in relation to your probable death.
Do you have any interest in an older fellow like me? What do you think? Asking an older fellow like me, what do I think of being 70 now, that I'm closer to 70 than you are to 30 or whatever? In other words, like what I'm telling you is 70 is nothing, my friend. 70, I'm not even scared about it.
Yeah.
I will not get nervous until 85, because I'm going to be bounding up and down stairs.
Why do you keep walking around going, getting old isn't for sissies?
I don't know. My father was just like, getting old. He was getting old from the time I was born. Well, when it's gone, kid.
Tell me about it.
Oh, don't you dare. I'm suing you, you know. I'm suing you. I'm going to take out a big ad on the back page of Variety and say that your jokes about my non-working penis have affected my ability to make money. I appreciate that little laugh into nothing.
How about this nothing?
I'm the happiest son of a bitch in the world. And that son of a bitch who writes under that Daily News, that fucking guy they call the fucking nose, who says that shit, me jumping up and down, is horse shit, you ought to let him feel like I have. Who the fuck is that cocksucker anyway? Some fucking guy that writes with the New York Daily News called the fucking nose. He says, Lasorda jumping up and down. That's the fucking way I feel when my team wins. And if I fucking want to jump up and down when my fucking team wins, and if I want to hug my fucking players when they fucking do good, I'm going to do it. I don't give a shit what the fucking nose says.
That's better?
Yes. Yes.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about... No? Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Hey, can I do something? Can I do that bit again?
Sure.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. No? Beep, 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 beep. No?
No,
Good?
that's good.
Hey, how about the wheeze?
That's good.
My father sang a little bit like, you know, like he was joking around.
Like Jim Neighbors?
No, because I'm not doing it right there. But he'd be like, oh, well. He would put some kind of well, in the morning.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I mean, I believe you. I just don't know what you're talking. I'm just
Okay, well, like the old time singers would sing, by a waterfall,
Right, okay.
I'm calling you.
Sure.
But my dad didn't sing like that. But he didn't sing like Mammy.
Did he do
didn't
like,
sing that.
once I built a railroad, made it run, made it race against time. Wah, 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 wah. Once I built a
wish.
railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime?
I wish. Okay, I'm sorry. I said that twice.
We're pretty jovial for being in a part of a country that's crumbling.
Well, you know what? The thing that's nice.
You slept through
I don't
a lot
know
of it, it seems like. That's nice.
Well, no. I've been up through all of it since Tuesday election, since Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. Since all of Tuesday's coverage. And then when you forgot about them covering that, and Ossoff won, if people don't know.
I think they know. That was good.
I think they know.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
The rest
I was so excited until I thought that we might be at war.
Yeah.
Did you get nervous?
I never got really, I mean, I got nervous in the sense of, oh, Jesus, what the fuck are they going to do? But I was never, I mean, especially once like you saw pictures of just like, I'm in the Capitol. Look at me taking pictures. Oh, good. It's going to be on my blog.
I hope every one of those idiots gets arrested.
I hope
they have
too.
photos of every one of them.
There's totally photos, and we're good at that now. So, you know.
Guy sitting in Pelosi's office.
There's a whole new Justice Department coming in.
Thank God.
Headed by the spurned Merrick Garland.
Oh, did they just decide that?
That's what they said. That was another big piece of news this morning that became a flea on the back of the real news.
Are you drinking like
I'm drinking
vodka and rye?
No, but I am drinking
rye and
bourbon.
Wow, I'm so cool.
I figured the fall of democracy deserved a cocktail show.
No, if it makes you feel any better, I'm chewing on a gummy.
It does make me feel better.
Mm-hmm. Let's party.
I'll clink my ice, you chew your gummy. Mm-hmm.
All right. And I'm also having nice coffee.
That's fantastic.
What'd you think about, I forgot what beans you ordered, but I didn't know what you thought about, was it Nicaraguan?
I think it was the Sumatra.
That's right. And how was it?
I was kind of hoping you weren't going to ask me, because I got to be honest, I wasn't thrilled with it.
What do you think? We probably shouldn't include it, right?
I
guess you could.
Hey.
Okay, let's do it.
You put me on the spot. It just didn't. It didn't finish well for me. It didn't finish like good coffee. It finished like office coffee. It tasted nice at the top, but it finished. Right. It finished bad.
Well, I think he needs to hear. Rob needs to hear it. Now he'll disagree with you. I can't.
I'm sure. I hope he'll disagree with me. It's his bean. I just.
No. Maybe he'll say to you, "Oh God, I was hoping nobody would notice. That was the beans that I mixed up with the.
Those were the Sumatra beans from my closet.
Yes, I mixed them up. I thought they were Sumatra, and I have I can't tell sometimes. I'm in this phase where I can't somehow. They all taste good to me.
Yeah. Well, you brew you do your 1 cup brewing and all that. You do your pour over stuff. And
I told you not to mention that.
So.
Well, what did you like? I think you liked one particular thing, and I forgot what it was. On the first shipment, you were very happy. I don't know if it was Colombian or something, but anyway, Rob, that's why they have everything is done with what's it when they have opinions? That's not what I was meant to say.
Opinions, I think, is what you're talking about.
Why is your opinion make me nervous? Like I'm gonna have a falling out with Rob?
I don't know.
Is Rob from Rob's?
But I was right. I was right to hope you didn't ask me.
No, because I think I'm having a problem now. It's like I'm thinking that I am not responsible for the success of Rob Beans.
You're not. I think we've actually given Rob Beans quite a bit of juice to the extent we can.
And he's not asking me to go further with it. So it's like it's almost always me.
You know what
I'm saying? So
I mean, in this case, the only thing you're at fault is for putting the beans on trial. On the show.
Yeah, I think, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be, you know what? I keep thinking like this show's like Martha Stewart or it's like a clubhouse. And remember when I made those waffles last Thursday? How'd they turn out for you? Like that. It's not what it is.
I mean, it is sometimes. But
it is. Okay. If I had more bagels coming in, I would talk about that on the pod.
Yeah, for sure.
But I've been avoiding going for because when you have bagels sent in, you are saying, I'm getting a lot of carbohydrates in right now.
Yeah, it really is.
And because you have to hit I always hit a routine with them. If I get a dozen bagels, boom.
I'd say
one a day.
I bet I have one bagel from each of our bagel orders left in my freezer.
That is great. What I would call self-control. I mean, I guess other people call it that too. So you're not into the immediate gratification thing. You have learned because I have a weird relationship with food right now.
Yeah,
no, I don't.
It's hard. You're home all the time.
That is true.
And it's kind of the only joy in life.
It is true. And that's the thing. You are more drawn to thinking about what you do on a daily basis when you never leave your house.
Yeah. And I feel like, if you have a good dinner planned, that can take up like 3-4 hours of like anticipatory energy.
Yeah. I often think of you like yesterday. Susan and I were on different sleep. We don't know what we're going to do. She'll sleep. I'll sleep. So I was like, I got to have a tuna sandwich. And we have it a special way. We get high-end tuna. We don't kid around like you do with 3 Star Kiss for $1. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We go top shelf.
I only shop at the Dollar Fish store.
But there was a time period in my life, and I'm not proud of it, but I had to eat chunk light tuna in water. Maybe they don't even have that anymore because that's bad.
Sure they do.
That's a bad mamba jamba.
There's nothing wrong with chunk light tuna in water, my friend.
If you're a peasant.
I mean, I'd like to mix it with some mayo.
Well, there's always mayo.
Yeah.
There's always mayo. But I don't like, what the problem is? If you've ever had sushi, I'm not saying you haven't, but we've all had sushi. Once you've had sushi, then you're aware of like what the greatest fish could be. Then everything else seems like it could be a mistake.
Yeah, I just think you have to think of them as completely different things.
I do, but I actually crave albacore or this other stuff that they have now, which is like yellow fish or not yellowfish.
Yellowtail.
Is it? Yellowtail. Don't make it bad. Take a sad song.
This isn't your first gummy, is it?
Do you think when he says the movement, what does he say? The movement you need is on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Does he mean like, I thought he may have meant your head.
I think that's how I always took it.
Wow. You know, it's hard when you learn songs, you learn to love songs before you really could even have the ability to know what they were about. So it's hard to go back later. I just heard that the whole time those words were so like ingrained.
Yeah.
I never thought about them. Are you going through about are you thinking about, oh my God, this is one of his anecdotes. Where's you going to go from here?
In my head, we were going to be talking about the fact that the U.S. Capitol was stormed by a mob of people today. Like, I really thought we'd be into that.
What?
And now we're on
what happened?
Now we're like on a long
happened?
car drive somehow.
Oh, I have a theory about why. If we had done our podcast in the afternoon, I think I would have been more like, you would have had me feeling like I was a war correspondent.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I was right in the middle of the coverage. I've already processed several different emotions from it. You know.
Well, like what are they?
It's always like, you know, it's all based on what if he doesn't get out of office fears, OCD type, but they're not even OCD fears. They're reasonable fears. And then just how much I hate these people like Josh Hawley. And it's like, to me, I have to be careful with that kind of stuff. Only that when I make that, not that he would be my father in my mind, but that when I get into this thing, like, how could someone just stand there and lie through his teeth and keep living? It bothers me sometimes too much where I can't sleep almost.
Yeah.
So I have to let that part go. But it is like, it's just unbelievable how evil these people are. And then I was actually thinking maybe Trump would be removed from office. What do you think about that?
I think that's still very possible.
And are we to say, nice job, Mike Pence, necessarily?
No, I don't think you have to. I think I mean, I don't know. I guess I think, you know, the purely reasonable thing right now is, you know, is straddling the line between, I believe that when people are doing the right thing at this point, it should be acknowledged that they are doing the right thing.
Right.
You know, and you can do it separately from condemning them for what they've done to this point.
Yeah, because what they've done to this point is always going to be unforgivable. If you woke up in the morning to disenfranchise people, it doesn't get better because you also said, you know what, I've decided against disenfranchisement.
But, you know, we're in a point in our country where we need people to start doing the right thing. You know,
yes.
And the way you get people to behave in certain ways is by reinforcing the behavior instead of crucifying them even if they do the right thing, you know. That's pie in the sky, you know. Right. And I'm not saying, you know, that's possible in this climate. But I mean, that's that.
Well, you got Mitt Romney. I continue to be happy with Mitt Romney.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe he is. You know, he has behaved honorably throughout this for the most part. You know,
it's sad
as honorably as a Republican can, who still has the belief system of a Republican. You know,
but even that Mike Lee, who I hate, I just can't stand him because. But I was like, oh, okay, well, this guy does seem like he does know the Constitution and stuff.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you feel like they're so stupid. They're all stupid.
Well, it's like there's a lot of guys on the Republican side of the aisle who have forgotten how smart they are because it's not expedient to their careers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
Like Lindsey Graham.
I mean,
Lindsey Graham's a smart fucking guy, but he's a monster. You know?
Yeah. Well, Ted Cruz is arguably intelligent, and he's a monster. So his intelligence is, like, I always think, like, is what he has? Can you call that intelligence? I guess you can, but here's one thing I want to say. Things are happening at such a fast pace that it is pretty amazing. I mean, I had a good, confident feel that those two, not a good, confident feel. I said to myself, I think these two can win, a couple days before the election.
Yeah.
But then I didn't say, and I know to expect that.
Right.
I was very accepting that when it's this close, it could go the other way. But the fact that it went that way and went that way the same way, because I listened to Carville and I listened to Cornell Belcher, and they were saying, hey, the other time I didn't listen to them on election night, I totally freaked out. But now they were saying it's going to probably be later because that county declared. I actually started to feel confident. I think this guy's going to win. And that was a good feeling for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I went to bed thinking they were both going to win last night. And woke up going, oh, this is going to be a stupid day. But I had no idea how stupid a day it was going to be. Yeah.
Also, like that when they broke through into the inner chamber thing, and you see the guys looking into the inner chamber. I mean, that could have been. That's not for any reason that you can acknowledge about why that didn't turn into a shootout. That should have been a shootout by how badly. I mean, I don't know whether they did. They prepared poorly on purpose because Trump didn't want anybody prepared. I mean, I don't know how.
I don't know, but it was absolutely jaw dropping to see. If that had been a mob with an agenda other than just it would have been bad.
Or it
was already bad, but but the fact that there wasn't. Spray, gunplay throughout the halls.
That guy came up the stairs and he was menacing that. I hated that guy so much. That was that one guy who was the Capitol policeman, and he kept running up the stairs.
Yeah, he wasn't so effective. I mean, let's be honest.
I understand. I'm looking at me.
Yeah. No, it kind of looked like a Kindler piece of police work.
That's a Kindler move. Way braver than me. I would never have come back down.
You wouldn't have done any of the pauses to set your feet before retreating once again. Now I understand it's one dude, versus a bunch of people. But there wasn't a lot of alpha male energy going on by the Capitol Police, let's just say.
But the thing is like they should have, the more I thought about it, it's like you shouldn't even be near being able to breach something.
No. I mean, I saw a couple of people saying how they've covered these before, and the people never get to the steps.
Yeah, I mean that seems like 101. But
I really think, I believe it's the police going, oh, these people, they're with us.
You think that it's that simple, that they're just...
I think that's the underlying sort of, I think that's what put them in such a casual stance to begin with.
And that's why I think we're right when we say, and you say, that the MAGA hat is the swastika of our time period. You can't be wearing a MAGA hat and telling me you don't know why you're wearing it. Whether it was that 17-year-old kid.
The question is the fucking police badge the same symbol?
Well, I was thinking in my head, I didn't tweet it, but I was thinking like, well, who do you root for here between the Capitol Police and the Trump people? Like, I don't like either one of them, but I don't tend to.
But it's the one time I've been watching a protest going, kick their ass, come on.
I know. And I was like, when did they get, I was like telling Susan, when did they get to run, get the thing, get the Bill Barr treatment, get the gas.
It was just,
move in.
It was just unbelievable. Both houses of Congress were in session and this happened, and it's like, can we come in? Okay.
Can you, still, it does add to my general thrust of my incredulity that this asshole could get one vote, even one vote. I mean, what more? You just saw him say, now look, Eddie, I need 1,200 votes. I don't have to get them all from you. I can get 400 from Bobby. I mean, how much more could you know? This guy's ripping you off. But I don't think those people who are there, they're horrible people. They're horrible people who are racist raging or something. There's something raging going on there.
Yeah, well, and they spent all this money on militia costumes. So.
This is the worst I love those ones that obviously there's not a Trump supporter who could make their own sign, right? So they're all printed signs.
Right.
And it makes it more insidious.
Yeah, but it came from, the RV from the last rally,
I think, sometimes I think I'm like, we're all alike kind of unbelief. And then I was like, no, I'm not like these people. I could not make this mistake. I could see mistakes I could make. Maybe, falling for a sex guru.
Yeah.
But I could not make a mistake with this. What brings you back week after week?
No, I mean, I believe this has sort of been the thing that, explodes that myth of there's more that unites us than divides us.
So terrible. Yeah. It was when that thing, like where they all look like angry people on a tour coming in, it's like incredible. They all had their own like hideous energy about them.
They did, but none of it was like purpose.
I know. Well, purpose was that they were showing off their gear. A lot of gear they were showing up.
They were showing off gear, but most of them were just holding up their phones or their GoPros,
How do you see Jesus Saves in the middle of all this? How does that fit in?
I didn't see any Jesus Saves. I
saw one Jesus Saves sign. Because you know me, I'm not the kind of guy who makes it up. I don't go, oh, this is happening, so I'm going to do my protest material. That's not me.
No.
I saw it.
I heard that joke. I held up my John 3:16 sign.
Hey, I went to John 3:16. You know what it says? I don't know. I guess I have gone there. I think I've gone there 7 or 8 times. And I think it's something like only through me you can get into heaven, something like that. Only through me. John 3:16. I'm John 3:16.
Hi.
I want to get into heaven. Well, you've come to the right place. John 3:16.
I would never get involved with something that's trying to screw you out of getting into heaven. This isn't my first rodeo. Hi, I'm John.
Look, seriously, who starts a commercial with, let me tell you something.
This is not some way to screw you out of getting into heaven.
Let me tell you something. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if this John 3:16 thing wasn't a real passage. But whatever happened to the guy with the rainbow wig? Remember when that? I'm old enough to remember.
He went to jail. He went to prison. After,
really?
He held a hotel maid.
Is this a joke? Is this a joke now? He
held a hotel maid hostage in a police standoff.
Oh, is this for real?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I always thought that guy might be strange.
Something might be a little amiss.
No. Not.
Yeah, I
exactly.
could have a little something wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went.
What's going to happen? One of us will check this. Well, what are they going to do? Are they going to sue us?
Someone will look it up, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about this.
What, are they going to sue us for our Zazzle money?
Yes. I had plumbing done today. That was good.
That's terrible. That's always bad, right?
No, the best part about it was an outdoor job.
Now, you weren't like in the commercial, my favorite commercial. You weren't like hanging out with them and asking them why they were using that spanner or excellent. You weren't doing that. You weren't kibitzing with them, were you?
No, but I was helping because he needed my help.
Can you describe what happened, or is it going to be like a potty joke?
No, we just something clogged in our drain line. And so literally like whenever I turned on the sink in the kitchen, it was like overflowing into my yard. like the pipe clogged and it's supposed to go into an overflow thing when that happens, and it went into the overflow thing, but the overflow thing itself was also clogged. So it was just literally just like turning on a faucet in my yard.
That's the thing. Like, I know in a condo, you're in no better shape because you're still paying for those same types of things. But just the idea, it just scares me to death that your particular house has a line that goes out to the sewer line. And my mother had so much trouble with her, and, I'm sorry, Mrs. Kindler. The roots have grown through.
Right. No, it was $75. He came out and he snaked it. It was done. That was it. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh my God. You had me. So you're basically, it was a humble brag or whatever. You're basically trying to tell me you got a good deal on plumbing today.
No, I'm the humble brag is I fucking took care of business today.
You talked the guy down?
I did homeowner business. No, I just mean I had a problem and I took care of it. That's not so automatic.
What a pathetic couple of people we are. That this is what we take. And I'm even
okay, Mr. Kondo.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't do it. Oh yeah. Meanwhile, at the end of this day, you have to have you're drinking, what's it, bourbon?
Bourbon. Yeah.
What kind of bourbon is it in case I want to?
It's Bullet bourbon. Bulleit.
I know that it's a powerful drink that comes out of an actual gun, but what's the name of it? And we'll be back with the world's worst. Oh, I thought you were really laughing at how bad that was.
No. Well,
I don't like you phony laughing. I don't like it.
No, you don't?
I don't like it at all.
Okay.
You know what? Wait a second.
I'm watching the not so tough backup cop on TV as we're talking right now.
What do you mean the not so tough backup cop?
The guy getting backed up the stairs by the people. We were just talking about.
You know what I saw today that made me. This is how bad, not my bad my life is, but this is how pathetic. I saw the Burbank firm ad. I was perked up because I hadn't seen it, and the guy looks older to me. He looks. It can't be. The original script says someone's great grandfather who's dying.
I think it's
comes in.
The script says my friend Steve enters, grabs an apple.
Oh, this is good. Oh, you know what I'm doing right now, Josh? I'm looking at a mirror and I'm polishing an imaginary apple on my shirt.
Yeah.
That move to me is, hey, you're quite a good looking dame.
But he doesn't know the territory. What do you talk?
You know what? I think I'll take a bite of this incredible apple. So did you look into anything more with the insurance? Or whatever the hell he's selling.
I want a living trust.
Oh, aren't you sweet? So you're saying they're going to have, we're supposed to imagine those two having sex? Stop
it. That's you. You're supposed to imagine that, but the rest of us think about the acting.
Look, are you cracking your knuckles? And we'll be back with a guy who can't tell sound, who claims to be a musician, but can't tell sounds.
And we're back.
And we're back with the guy who every time he gets uncomfortable does the bit about how he's back.
Name that sound. Andy, can you name this sound?
As he asked me, and I'll just tell you what I think about it. I think that is very, very bad for that man to make an accusation like that. That is terrible. I have never, ever have managed, ever told a pitcher to throw at anybody, nor will I ever. And if I ever did, I certainly wouldn't make him throw at a fucking 130 hitter like LaFay or fucking Bavacqua, who couldn't hit water if he fell out of a fucking boat. And I guarantee you this, when I pitched, and I was going to pitch against a fucking team that had guys on it like Bavacqua, I sent a fucking limousine to get the cocksucker to make sure he was in the motherfucking lineup, because I kicked that cocksucker's ass any fucking day in a week. He's a fucking motherfucking big mouth, I'll tell you that.
All right. Happy birthday. Oh, sorry. Start again. Happy birthday. Oh, happy Friday.
How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good because I'm getting excited. You may be upset because of all the coups. It's not even, and by the way, not a coup, because, Trump was in charge.
Yeah.
You can't coup yourself.
That's true.
Coup.
But
Let's write the song.
But an insurrection nonetheless.
Insurrection. And you know who the first person I thought said that was Biden. I'm not saying he's the first person ever, but Biden. I was for Biden from the get-go.
Yes, I think anyone listening to the shows.
Yes. Listen to the tapes. Look for the receipts. How come you didn't congratulate me?
For Biden?
No. For a fucking fantastic Tracy Chapman joke. I just tweeted a Tracy hot, cold on the presses, and I thought you would be the first person to send me a congratulatory note.
I didn't see it, my friend.
Okay, well, she just won a lawsuit.
I see that now in the margin that Nicki Minaj agrees to pay Tracy Chapman $450,000.
Okay.
Yes.
Guess my tweet. Guess it.
She didn't want to get hit by a fast car.
Now she can buy her own fast car.
All right. Yes.
Now she can afford airbags or something. Why would she? I don't think that's an option in a car, right?
No, they're pretty standard.
They come standard with.
Right.
Why am I in such a good mood? I think it's because I'm excited about Trump.
Apparently.
You know, I wrote the joke, Josh, and I said, here's what I first said. I said, that's a cheap joke. Why am I? It's an old reference. Like, what the fuck am I worried about?
Exactly.
It's certainly a good joke for, given the,
I'm the usher
circumstances.
I'm the usher at First Thought Theater.
Right this way, please. Right this way. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
there's only one way to go.
Yeah, I would have said avoided by a fast car. I would have said now she can counter sue should there be a. I also access.
I would
have
see, but the way I work is I would have gone. Now she can pay your speeding tickets and let people figure it out.
I can't be that clever. Don't be. I told you years ago. Don't be that clever with them. Yes, you could say yes. Oh, look at me, but they're not going to laugh as hard.
Should I tweet that now? The speeding tickets one, and we'll see how it does.
Yeah, go ahead, do it. And yeah,
because everyone did a fast car joke. I bet. Oops,
hello. Yeah, I mean, no, because it would look like you would look such a hack if you did a fast car joke.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to, but you.
The funny thing is you know when it's hacky when the hack punchline is the thing that's trending, which happens sometimes now.
What's the hack punch? Oh yeah, right. The hack punchline.
Like you'll see in an hour if like fast car is trending, and then you know.
And it finally changes my whole opinion about hack material. Maybe it's good that we all share and come up with the same joke.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The only thing we can agree on is that we thought of a bad joke.
Well, I will say that it's pretty exciting.
And your joke is fine, by the way. Let's just get that out. Let's make that clear.
Oh, I knew. I even if you had violently reacted to the joke, I've already felt okay about it.
That's okay. I could undermine it. I totally could.
Well, yeah, I guess so. You could. You go, oh, well, no. Let's stipulate.
I could make you believe you stole it.
Right. Let's stipulate that you could undermine any positive feeling I have ever felt.
Okay. All right. Good.
And often do. 3 days a week. 3 days a week. You know what I call Friday? I call it Fun Friday.
Do you?
Josh. Because there's no pressure. We got questions. It's Fun Friday.
How about if you don't call it that here?
Oh, okay. Okay. I just want to let you know. I'll send you a message off pod. That's how I feel about it. It's fun.
Okay.
It's for fun. It's Friday. It's just for fun.
Sure.
Because you know how the other days I have pressure to, all that pressure I have on the other days to be funny.
Yeah.
Really? If I had that much pressure, why am I not being funny?
Now you know by Friday, you know if you've filled your quota or not.
Oh, that's an interesting point because I do feel like the 2 days this week were good days. And I don't know that that's a fact, but it seemed like it was okay.
It was a little meandering. I don't think we got our teeth into anything, but.
Wait, hold on a second. Do you want me to, I made some adjustments on my voice quivering machine. You want to hear how it sounds? You ready?
Sure, yes.
So, my dad.
No, it's too.
No, too much?
No, you can't. I think, don't act.
Do you know that, I swear to God, I have that Steinberg, machine. I was turning the knobs on that Steinberg machine while I was doing it.
Is that the auto tune that you're doing?
Yeah. So I'm turning the thing, and I'm quivering my voice. So note to self, have something else. Why didn't you say to me, oh, what a baby. Little baby can't remember getting beaten in the face by his dad. Oh, sorry, little baby. Did little baby get hurt by the big man's fist?
I did that on the After Spiral.
After Spiral. What was the Playboy version? Spiral After Dark?
Yeah, Spiral After Dark.
Oh, this is good. How am I going to sabotage the rest of the show now? I'm in such a good mood.
Let's find out.
All right.
Should we go to questions?
I think so. Why not take the momentum into another part of the show?
All righty. Dan Wade says, if It's Just Lunch isn't working out, perhaps they could hire Tom Selleck to say, it's just lunch defensively, over and over for 30 seconds.
What is It's Just Lunch from?
It's Just Lunch is a dating service.
I have never heard of that in my life.
Yeah, it's what they set up lunches for you.
Is it, and people are making jokes? Is it so popular people are making jokes about it?
Well, I made a joke about it on our last show.
Oh, God. What'd you say?
It doesn't matter. Why would I go back?
Because then you have the pleasure of hearing me go, I don't know. No, don't remember that. No.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're helping a dementia patient.
We were doing a bit and, about, your late year dating, I think is what we were doing.
Now you're right. You're right. You know what? Bringing it back really made me just feel like an idiot.
Chaotic Neutral says, hey guys, have you noticed all the people in the Prevagen commercials started talking about it a few years ago when their ads bragged about how it was made out of jellyfish squeezins? To hell with memory. Somebody should make a pill that improves judgment. Am I right, folks?
I love that is true. A few years ago, I know those commercials say, just so you know that they have a track record. A few years ago, I believe it was it, honey? How long ago was it when I started Prevagen? 4 years? 5 years?
No more than 7 years ago.
No more than 7 years ago. And my friends say to me, wow, Eddie, you seem to be talking a lot more and filling in blanks that weren't asked for. Wow, that Prevagen.
You've got a memory
really
like one of those big things.
Hey, the thing is round. I forget what it is that's round, but it is not flat.
It's a round stick.
Stick things with eggs, something like that.
Eastside 76 says, as the official Mexican of Thought Spiral, I am more than perturbed that Bean Dad was about a white guy. For fuck's sake, I was the top beaner on Reddit. Ha ha. For a little while anyway.
Okay. Now, is Bean Dad, is that something that's going around?
Bean Dad was, do you know who John Roderick is?
Yeah, now that's a guy I know.
Yeah.
And why did he get in trouble? I don't know why he got in trouble.
He wrote this exceedingly long, sort of flourishly written, self-satisfied kind of story about his daughter wanting to eat a can of beans and him like making her figure out how to use a can opener by herself. And he was
how old is she in the thing?
She's 8, I think, or something.
And people took it deadly seriously.
And he was kind of using a sort of tough love dad character to beef it up. And it triggered a lot of people.
And then people got mad. Why did people get mad at Ken Jennings?
Because Ken Jennings has a podcast with John
him.
Roderick,
I know, right.
And he defended
and then
him.
Ken Jennings said, this is, which I would have said immediately, this is such a stupid forum. And I saw little snippets of it. I'm like, uh-oh, yeah. Ken Jennings is getting into my territory. They're not going to like that.
So it was really shocking how many people it pissed off, clearly triggering them, about their own asshole fathers. And, and so he quit Twitter for a day. Then he came back with a good apology. In my opinion, a darn well written, fully culpable apology about the whole thing.
Do you think he should have written an apology? I mean, did it just like it went too far?
Well, in this day and age, yeah, I think he should have, because it showed that he understood what upset people rather than if I offended you, I'm sorry. It wasn't that, you know.
That's the worst apology.
You know,
I hear that 12 times a day.
The best thing about it is it's like, okay, that to me, I mean, of course there are some people who won't ever be satisfied, and there's a lot more people who won't remember it happened. But, but in my opinion, it was like a fully, you know, grown up, you know, well realized apology that he wrote.
And I will say, as you can attest, there's nothing better than when you're able to get everything off your chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're in that mode where you're still fighting it. Like
and he apologized for being defensive about it, and he was, you know, and it's, you know, and I can only understand it sort of the way that he ultimately understood it, which is, you know, because my first thing is, wow, people suck. You know, this isn't a great piece of literature that he's chain tweeted, but nonetheless, people are really up his ass. And I didn't fully even read his whole thing because I lost interest, but
yes.
You know, but reading his apology made me go, okay, well, you know, when something like this happens, that's about as good as you can do, you know?
And the other thing is here's the thing, there but for the grace of God go I or whatever. It's like anything on Twitter can be self-indulgent, but then again, you're allowed to, if you're in the mood one night, to do some crazy 45 length. That's your Twitter account.
But the thing that I mean, the most dangerous thing to do comedically on Twitter, though, is depend on tone to sell a bit.
Oh, no, you cannot. You cannot depend on tone. Oh, yeah. You know what? I love to hear about small children being burned in the fire. That's just great.
Right.
There's no scenario within which sarcasm can opposite convey a tragedy.
Yeah.
Oh, great. They bombed the World Trade Center. That's exactly what we needed on
It's like
September.
When you think of how many actual professional actors can look at a line and give it a bad read. Now imagine.
Are
General
you talking
public.
about me? About my acting?
No.
Because you told me that you've never seen what I've done, but you said I was probably good because why would they keep casting me?
I don't get it.
But I'm too close.
More power
to
you, I say. Josh, I just got another gig. Really? Well, more power to you.
Well, wait a second. What are you saying? That doesn't sound like congratulations. That sounds like, I don't know.
You know, there's no accounting for, I mean, there's,
what?
I mean, they have excellent taste is what I meant to say.
The other one I like is incredulity. What? They didn't. You weren't cast in a national commercial?
Right.
Oh, before I forget, I have to tell you, even though what they call me is a home, what's it called when a baseball announcer roots for his home team, a homer?
Sure.
I'm starting to like the new batch of commercials.
Yeah, I knew you'd come to them. Once you actually buckled down and paid attention.
And I'll tell you one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen is they say, now, do we need a sign that says live, love, and laugh? And they all immediately go, yes. And then they all immediately go, no. And they start clapping when he throws it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop.
I like the, I woke up early, nobody cares sign.
That is something that you would have heard from me if I heard something like that. I woke up pretty early today, Josh.
Yeah. No.
Nobody cares.
That's one of the nice things about that commercial is it'll cut to someone's bone along the way every time, I think. Well,
that one girl who is, in this thing, she had the different signs. She really doesn't make me laugh.
Yeah.
Because she's, I forgot what the first sign was, but.
Is it the same woman?
Oh, yeah.
Is it the same woman as the phone? As the,
Yes. Oh my God. I cannot wait for the Broadway play. I can't wait for all the ancillary things.
I don't know that there's a piece of art, and I'm using that term incredibly loosely, that you've ever vocally appreciated more than the series of television ads for Progressive.
I also think it's all, and that stands in stark contrast to a few of their other ads, which are like, oof. But some of their ads are really great. I want to find out who the directors are, because some of their ads are amazing. And then Here's the one I can't stand. As you know, the one that's Motor is the worst campaign I've ever seen in my life for anything, including hyperbole.
Really?
He goes, "Hey, you've." Well, sorry.
What if he came home from the kid's game, Motor, and his Motor wife wants a living trust?
It would be great if it wasn't those other actors.
I'm just saying there's worse. That's all my point is.
And the one guy comes out, he goes, "Hey, man, you've exceeded your time on that machine." "What machine? Sir, are you a half motor man? Well, then you're not going to get on the fictional machine that supposedly you put on when there's a rainstorm. I hate all of you."
What have you, I don't understand how you've just combined everything into one ball like that.
Well, he says, the guy's,
there's a 30-minute limit, right?
Yeah, that guy.
Tell it to the ring.
And that guy's acting too well. I don't like the way he's acting.
It's because it's you. It's totally frustrated little Jew.
Yeah, that's right. And is that what I have to look forward to? Now there are black people with afros getting my job.
That's the rear view mirror, my friend.
Oh, great. Dude, that guy's not as funny as me.
Now you're that guy. You're that guy's dad now.
No. It's specifically, I'm a Jew neurotic guy. There's no way there's a black person in the entire world who is as goofy. I'm just kidding now. Just doing not racist, but stereotype jokes.
Sous Vide says, once again, I think it's fair to say the situation has improved. And he wrote this on the 6th, and I don't know if he wrote it before the Capitol was breached or after. But
I think that maybe Sous Vide's letters are not, topical.
Not always, no.
They're not related to the topic.
Tweet Bahara 3 says, Andy, who's the better therapist, Stephanie or Dr. Katz? Does Stephanie say, "You know what the music means" when the session is over? I'm sorry, let me give you a better read. You know what the music means.
The truthful answer is that Dr. Katz is a horrible therapist who has never said anything useful, and everything is very self-absorbed. It's always like, "Well, Andy," and then he's off into jokes.
TB3 also wants to say, I'm celebrating and enjoying the coverage of the Dem Senate wins. Again, this is before the breach of the Capitol. But Chuck Todd's intermittent micro-grunting is driving me nuts.
He's been so terrible. He was on the air when the whole thing in Washington
do not give him the con when the news is going down.
And then Katie Tur she's second in command.
Yeah, that's quite the intellectual safety net. And then Sous Vide's back to say, on second thought, I spoke too early when I said that Wednesday morning. So yeah.
See, Sous Vide knows where he doesn't not comment when he's outside of life.
Yeah.
Just ignore what I said. Okay.
He fixed it, is my point.
Yes.
Perush says, Perush. Says Merrick Garland going full Andy Kindler from Tesha 189 at the start of the speech. Meaning.
I'm very, very, honored. I'm honored to be the next Attorney General. Oh, there's been so much death. So much death. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
What was that an impression of?
That was supposed to be you.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I got a little nerve. I got dizzy halfway through.
Brian R. says a joke in the style of J. Elvis Weinstein. And he tagged a news item from NPR that says, January 6, 2020 will go down as one of the darkest days in American history after a violent mob of pro-Trump extremists staged an insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, egged on by the sitting president. And then they wrote January 6, 2020 instead of 2021 is what he's pointing out.
Right.
And his joke was, understandable mistake. I'm still writing 2020 on my dumpster fire of a year, too. He says, Josh,
I like that joke.
I know it could be punched up and made a bit snappier, but I hope you like it. Solid joke. Sure.
It's a solid joke.
I think dumpster fire is a little overgone too.
Overused, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, don't discourage people who are trying.
No, I am not. I think it's a solid joke with a slightly trodden on punchline.
Well, it sounds like perfect for me then.
Derek Faraci says, if you could enact the 25th Amendment on any comedian, who would it be? I think right now it's got to be Rogan, just because he's causing the most hurt.
He's currently?
I don't mean this second, but I just mean in general.
Oh. How about Jimmy Dore? Well, it's not. You can't blame comedy for that. What? I would always say, Corolla probably, right? He's done the most damage.
Yeah, you think?
Well, just in terms of telling all those people who had their own fans enthusiastically come out and see them in clubs, because they didn't believe it. I mean, they must have. Everybody who had shows like that and wasn't just like taking a show that was socially distanced, but taking a show basically saying in your face, COVID.
I would say any comedian endangering his fans is not fit for comedy office.
It's true. I mean, it was one thing when I was just being unfunny.
The problem is to enact the 25th on a comedian, you got to get their agent and their manager.
You do? I was not aware of this.
Yes, the first. You don't need the publicist, or you could get any combination of the two. But
because actually the name 25th Amendment came from 15% manager plus 10% agent.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, the 20. Kindler scores again.
Yes, Andy strikes again.
Step aside, Mark Russell.
Larry Harold says,
Mr. Bush.
Hi, Mr. President. Larry Harold says, when is Andy's therapist coming on the show? Her work has provided some excellent discussion / entertainment.
Can you imagine? Because every time I see that on, like the housewife shows or any reality show where you get to peer into the actual person's therapy.
Well, I think we should do a crossover where she comes on the show and I come to your therapy.
I'll run it by her. She might be into it because it's Zoom, so it's not so much a violation.
She might actually want might want a little bit of what I have on you.
Well, look, I don't say that she's wrong, but she currently has an ad in the LA Weekly, as seen giving therapy to Andy Kindler.
Right.
Well, who would that? It'd have to be slightly higher profile than that.
No, that wouldn't be funnier.
I will always think it's hilarious. My ex-comedy partner was a therapist for Ben Stiller, Judd. I'm allowed to say this, of course.
Why? Why are you allowed to say this?
Because they told me.
Oh, okay.
Ben Stiller and Judd told me. I wouldn't be able to, but I don't think I didn't
they said, hey, put it on the radio.
Don't think I didn't spend 20 hours a week hectoring my comedy partner. Why can't I say it? Why can't you say more about what's going on?
Why won't you give him the script? Brian R. says, I also forgot to congratulate you last week on successfully making it through TS 189 without a mention of Andy's droopy. Of course, the little fella made an appearance in TS 190, thus resetting the days since Andy's penis was mentioned counter to 0.
The little fella? Come on. Have we no shame?
I kind of like it.
I heard you winding up. Why do you have to wind up for that?
I didn't wind up. I was just waiting.
Well,
what do you think? You think I'm spinning around?
Let me see if I can instantly go into my penis.
All right, go for it.
Today it's even less active than normal. I don't do impressions.
What you have to do is drop your lower lip all the way down. Just get the lower lip the lowest it can go and keep it that way.
My lower lip is No, I'm just doing it with the voice.
Make a frown and open your mouth.
You know what? I'm not doing this. What is it going to be? What am I going to gain from this? I'm going to be only slightly better.
You can learn how to talk like your penis.
And that is very related to the Caddyshack character, isn't it?
No. That's a Cinderella story. Right here.
You say you got that impotence working for you.
You got that impotence working for you, which is nice.
Okay, I've encouraged it. See? Yeah, 2 minutes in.
All right.
By the way, that problem is solved.
The problem of you talking about your dysfunctional penis all the time?
No, my penis is harder. It can cut diamonds now.
Really?
Because yes. Because,
are you up to 4 hours yet? Because there's easier ways to call your doctor.
You haven't seen on what we're selling on Zazzle? Okay. 2 Zazzle references in 2 days.
Zazoom. Wookie Talkie says, whenever I think of saying Jeez Louise, I change it and say Jesus Louises. Do you say any idiosyncratic things like that? Well, Andy says,
I do.
Andy says normally.
I do. That's what we want. Normally. Also, similarly, I say similar. And for some reason, I was watching the other day a great special about my favorite podcast of all time, which is called In the Dark, which they got the guy off of Death Row, and which was unbelievable. I listened to it when I didn't know he was getting off death row, and the district attorney, who's just the worst person in the world, he was interviewed on CBS, and he said supposedly.
Oh, Jesus.
I've been happy. I shouldn't be happy about that. That shouldn't be why I hate him.
Yeah, but it is how did you make it to the bigs?
Yeah. He's saying that there's no doubt, there's no question that he was guilty of the crime. I mean, supposedly they have these other.
Did he say doubt as well?
What's that one?
Doubt.
Oh, I thought you really were bringing up something real. Doubt. I don't doubt it. Well, you know that my sister and I both thought the word was misled.
Yes,
when we would read it.
I do know that. Sadly.
That's what word did you say? That word is sadler.
Uh-huh.
It just shows that bits don't get funnier sometimes as you do more with them.
Van has what seems to be a rather rhetorical question, which is, what is more important than comedy/humor?
You know what? Nothing. Well, I would say
food.
Well,
air.
That's one. Yeah. Just air, 2.
Love.
Love. No, we're kidding. There's nothing more important. If I'm falling off a building,
game, this remote control.
If I'm jumping off a building, rather than being caught by a net, I would like to have a clever one-liner.
Seth Dick III says, to distract her from recent mayhem, Mama Dick III is reading IMDb again. Andy was in a show with 2 beautiful and talented actors, Megan Good and Brie Larson. Reunion show, perhaps?
Yeah. You know what? That's so interesting that you brought up that to me, because Brie Larson called me the other day and she said, Andy, I need a way, I need some kind of an angle to get my career profile up.
And maybe it's time. Brie Larson, I was hoping it was Camembert Larson. And she hung up. When she gave her gifts for the years when she was on that show, she gave out little knives that said Brie on them. Brie knives. Yeah.
Now you tell the people what I could possibly have been talking about.
I don't even know what show you're talking about.
It's called Raising Dad.
Yeah. Which
I was in, that she was in when she was like 9 years old.
That was Mr. Saget?
Mr. Saget, and she was a little kid. And she was a great little kid.
Yeah.
And just a sweet little kid. But, we only had 1 year, and then I didn't realize, I guess that I was like, if I had 13 episodes, I should have maybe bought something for the people, but I didn't buy anything. I didn't realize. I didn't understand. I'd never been a regular.
You don't have.
What are you saying?
No, you don't have.
Thank you. That's what Saget said. He said to me, it's none of your, don't worry about it. Just take the gifts. And she gave a nice little Brie knife, which I've always, treasured.
That's nice.
Josh. Mommy, are you alive?
Are we past crew gifts yet?
Mommy, I'm going into my swag material again. Stop me, Mommy.
Craig Kelly says, I'm watching Andy Griffith's show and I'm struck by what a manipulative character Sheriff Taylor was. Was he a mind control whiz, or were the people of Mayberry groomed to be compliant over the years? Question.
No, that's a good point, because he was kind of cruel sometimes with his pranks.
Yeah, well, but it was, they were all teachable moments.
And it was always in fun.
Sure. He said also, wasn't James Mason on the show as Thelma Lou's beau?
Just when I thought we had a nice letter that was nice, to the point, didn't trod into well covered ground, and then this. But you know what? I like it. I love it.
I just made it here. I was on Twitter making a fast car joke.
At two, James.
And yes, I was on, I did make a brief sojourn to Mayberry and, had a little roll in the hay, on the hayride with Thelma Lou.
You beat all, Andy. You know that, Andy? You beat all.
That's dirty.
They didn't mean it that way in the South.
Ah.
They meant you beat all the rest of them, not you beat off. You're such a disgusting person to talk about jism. I'm getting really into my new blue character.
I'm almost fully convinced that jism is the dirtiest word.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty terrible. It's pretty bad. Because it connotes a certain amount. It seems like it's more.
Yeah, well, and it's almost onomatopoetic in its weird way.
To explain that word again. The word sounds like the thing?
Yeah. Like whoosh.
Yeah. Or in my case, drip, drip, drip. Unbelievable. So as a small child, this was the way he would amaze his friends. That's excellent. I would bet that that is a popular thing for people who have ability to do, right?
I don't know. I haven't checked the internet boards.
Oh, maybe you're the first person I've ever seen do it?
I don't know.
No, I think I have.
I got it from the guy in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Is that movie, I'm assuming, will hold up?
Yeah, absolutely. It is.
I've only seen it once.
It is what it is, and it still is that.
It's Ben Stein's best work.
It might well be. Dan Marsh says, I'm writing this a day after a bunch of fanatics stormed the Capitol building. So on the subject of cults, which one do you guys think you might have fallen for? Were we ever close to seeing Andy in a robe selling flowers at the airport?
Is that the Hare Krishners?
Yes.
I didn't know they wore robes.
Sure.
I didn't even know they sold flowers.
Sure.
No, we'll never see me. That would be.
They would give flowers and then solicit a donation.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I did not know that. I did not know that. I remember them at the airport, and I remember him from the movie One Trick Pony, where the guy comes up to, right, and he comes up to and he says, Hare Krishna, and what does Paul Simon say?
Hare Krishna to you, man.
No, he says Harry Chapin.
Ah.
This is before Harry Chapin died.
Ah.
Ah.
I have not seen One Trick Pony in a very long time.
I have admitted to you that I've seen it about 5 times and loved the movie and defended the movie as a great movie.
Yeah, I think that's probably a mistake in my recollection.
It's not a great movie. Without seeing it again, I will say it's not a great movie, although the music scenes are amazing.
Yeah, it's got the vibe that you kind of want from 70s rock and roll kind of scene stuff.
And if you like seeing Lou Reed in a thing, it's fantastic. I love Lou Reed. He's so great in there. Yeah. You can see Lou Reed channeling every bit of anger he's had at any suit.
Well, you can see that in anybody. That's your superpower.
Why is my mother aping the man? Okay, sorry. Not that man.
Rev K says, how might the My Pillow guy say insurrection? No real question, fellows, but thanks for providing something for me to look forward to every week.
Well, that's very nice.
It wasn't an insurrection. It was a First Amendment protest that just went a little kooky.
I can't believe you're still around, Mike.
I'm still here as long as my gift from God is in the White House. I'm still here. After that,
you're a laughing stock.
After that, I melt into a foam.
Everyone wishes that you would get back on crack and become a nice person again.
Well, I'm well on my way. At least the first part.
Back on crack?
Back on crack.
I'll be back on crack.
I do my best work on crack, I found.
He was flying high in April. He was back on crack in June. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Send that over. Send that over to Weird Al.
Yeah. Stephen Elton Yates says the force of gravity between two bodies is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. What do you put on a baked potato? Do you eat the skin?
I do. I have now started putting sour cream on potatoes, which I never did before.
Yeah. And
I do enjoy it. And the only reason why I'm doing it is to cut down on the butter. If it was up to me, baked potato takes how big is one of those sticks?
Yeah, it's a stick.
Okay, so one baked potato, here's my recipe.
Yeah.
One baked potato, put it in, it's 375, and stick a fork in it before it's done. Hey, stick a fork in it before you cook it. And put one stick of butter on top. And I do eat the skin.
You use it like a hot dog bun for a butter hot dog?
I had that image. I have that image. And I do eat the skin, yes.
I will eat the skin if it's particularly well crisped. But I don't have any aversion to the skin. And I will do butter, sour cream, and salt generally.
I just want to make a side comment. That's probably not the right time to make the side comment, but all of the commercials now, which are celebrating talking about wiping your ass or your incontinence directly, where they're basically directly talking about it.
Yeah.
And making some kind of joke about it. One says, stop the gush. I don't know if it's stop the gush or it's the gush.
The gush.
It's the gush.
Wow.
What's that for?
I don't know.
You don't know what the gush? It's for a tampon to stop it during the flow days when your blood comes spurting out of you.
Yeah, well, that's what happens, babe.
Oh, hey, little bear, did you enjoy it? You up there in the bathroom? Yes, you mean, did I enjoy using good tissue on my ass? Yes, I did, mama.
So everything's off limits except your penis. I think we all understand that now.
I don't want you to talk about my penis. How did you twist that around? At least I can twist my penis around now very easily.
Yes. Like a maraschino cherry stem. Stephen Elton Yates says the ideal gas law is PV equals N lowercase nRT. Pressure times volume equals amount of substance times the ideal gas constant times temperature. Which is the worst dilemma? Having to eat the same dish of your choosing every night or never getting to eat the same dish twice?
Which is worse or which is better?
However you
I would say
play.
Never getting to eat is horrible.
Never getting to eat the same dish twice is the worst. You'd rather pick your favorite dish and eat it every day?
No. Both of them are a Sophie's choice.
I would, if it would be an easy choice for me to have a different dish every day.
Okay. Do you require a Bud Abbott? How's that, Josh?
No, I was just, I was being very solemn in my answering. So, one thing I wanted to talk about before
you never gave your answer.
I did give my answer.
What was it?
I would much rather have something different every day for the rest of my life than the same thing that I love every day for the rest.
Thank God. I couldn't
would not
sleep
love
the
it
rest
for
of the weekend.
Exactly. So I posted about this on Twitter a couple weeks back, but one of our thought spiralers has a dog in trouble. Mr. Casanova Frankenstein, Gee Whiz Willoughby, one of our thought spiral early adopters, has a little dog named Hotch, little Chihuahua looking dog, who needs surgery, and that's an expensive proposition. And you know how I love dogs.
Yes.
So if you could go to GoFundMe, the name of the campaign is Let's Help Hotch, Hotch. I see some of the spiralers have already given, which is super cool. And Andy and I have both given, of course. And
I'm ready to go back.
Yeah.
Like one of those, they do those things like if you're a Bernie Sanders fan.
Maybe if you go back and match mine.
That's not going to happen. Did you do 200 to make me look like a fucking idiot?
I did 100. You did 40. But we both.
You are a horrible person. You are the worst person I've ever heard. There's no excuse for this. There's no excuse. You my God. Oh my God. Yes. So I can go today though, right? Even though it's going to come out Monday? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need more money for the operation, obviously.
We need more money, and you know me and dogs. So, if you want,
we'll see how good you are. We'll see how good you feel in about 20 minutes when I go donate $16,000.
I will feel great about that. I will feel fantastic.
Yes. And I'm going to do it.
I will bow down to you.
Yeah. You say that now. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just joking.
But I'm going to plug that instead of our self-enriching things.
That's very nice. And you know what? I won't plug Rob's beans again. Just as a
Rob, we love your beans. I just didn't love this.
We love your beans.
This bean.
Right. And I didn't mean to bring it back again.
Now you're like throwing it in my face like I betrayed Rob. Did you pay for those beans,
he's crying. I got a call from him today.
Yeah?
He's crying.
Wow.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have sent him the advanced copy. Might have been rubbing it in his face.
He said, have you tried my Chiapas Mexican coffee? All right. That's it. I'm doing worse now.
You really want to end this on now? I got to end it on Rob Beans? Seriously?
No. End it on the other thing.
What the other thing?
The other thing is go help Casanova's little dog right now. And I want to thank Josh for being there for me.
Oh boy.
Is this an awards thing? Is this an award thing? What do you mean here it comes? I couldn't hit the end button twice in a row.